according to what I've been seeing. It should make that really that low to mid-range dead flat spot pretty much disappear.
Well, and I know we've been talking a lot about for the Rotax. So there's I know there's you can get the valve for the seniors, right? There's two different valves for that. There's the ignition, and then there's a mount that you can get, and then of course there's the head, the cases, and then there was like an elbow for the pipe, a little supposedly a sleeve that they said helps seal it better, and I think there is a new pipe as well that 1 dB quieter and supposedly a little bit lighter. Could those run a normal those don't appear to be like a normal go-kart pipe like we're used to seeing.
No, they're definitely still a Rotax pipe. That big.
Could you run a different pipe on there? I mean, would it make any difference? And my deal is, with all these upgrades, how about a clutch, right?
One that you could play with.
Yeah, I mean, other than basically a good NORAM fun cart clutch, that's about what it seems like. I mean, it's got the weights and the steel shoes, whatever. I mean, it's nothing super trick by any means, is it?
Well, these are all just basically a single piece clutch. So the whole thought behind this process is very similar to like the LO206 is trying to do right now, is to keep it a spec package, low maintenance, and the Rotax has hit that right on the head with that clutch. It's as long as you keep it clean, pretty much zero maintenance. I mean, they are a fantastic package. I know you get there's a lot of guys out there either love them or hate them, and I'm not going to say I'm falling in love with these things, but they are a super package. Do I like tinkering with stuff? Yes, I do. So the tag packages are kind of more where I'm at. I do like the PRD package. I've been with them since I want to say 2005, and I've been through a lot of growing pains with the Fireball package, but they're a good package as well. There's a lot of new stuff out there. Italian Motors has what do they call it? The 125
Dragon or something like that.
No, it's a. I see Bob Francis is chiming in here. I can't remember what I think. It's just the 125 MX. That's what he's touting it as. So
right.
And so there's another tag package out there right now. Of course you got the Leopards and the Motoris, the Rocks. There's a huge conglomerate of engines. I would like to see just a pure tag package come back. I don't know where that place is for that, if it's at local club level or if it's at regional level stuff, but I think that would help the sport out a little bit in the time of this where we're out in flux right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess the whole deal there is, and that brings up, I almost forgot because you gave me those, but hallelujah for IKF maybe getting a clue here, because they're going to team up with ROV and they're going to have the Pan Am Crown July 3rd, 4th, and 5th at Santa Maria, California. It's going to be a PRD, the Honda, I think it's the Kid Car motor, you got the Briggs, and then the Comers. So, I mean, that's maybe a shot in the direction you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, that none of them engine packages are, super expensive. The Comer K80 for the Junior 1, that's probably going to be the more expensive motor out there because if anybody's ever ran the Junior 1 stuff, you've got to have a good motor package to win with a K80. So you're going to need a good engine builder to work on it, and they're definitely, there's cost behind that. Same with, any of the engine packages, but you do have the LO206 Junior and Senior down there. You've got the PRD Junior 1, Junior 2, and Senior Masters down there. You got the Comer K80 in the Junior 1 class, and then the Honda's running the kid carts with the kid cart motors. So that very well could be a really good format to look into. So.
Well, and the whole thing is, and I've heard too, is one of ICAF's biggest problems and issues that they have, that you listen to people, is, there's just so many classes. I mean, there's a light and a heavy and a medium and a this and a that, and so everybody's just going, geez, where do you draw? It's not like the old days where you had, stock light, stock heavy, 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 different motors could run in it, and it was just all, you were just weighted up, and it just made things, nice and simple, it seemed like. Well,
simple, I guess, but you and I both know that eventually you're going to find out the motor that has the most horsepower, and everyone's going to be running that motor, whether you got a bolt on 85 pounds or not. So, I mean, there's just no replacement for horsepower. So,
and that is true. And I want to give a shout too here. The 2-cycle ICAF has released the 2015 ICAF Grands, the 2-cycle Grands. So apparently, it appears it's not going to be the 2 and 4. I don't know what your feelings were on that about combining them. I thought it was going to be kind of a good thing. I mean, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing down there, but there just wasn't a lot of 2-cycle stuff there for sure,
Yeah, ICAF must have gotten some feedback from the racers that they decided they were going to break it back apart again. As a racer myself, I would much rather see one venue with maybe a 6-day race rather than a 4-day race, and have everybody have enough time to be on the track. Everybody have enough time there. You'd be able to have the 2-cycle guys, 4-cycle guys, and even get, if the shifters, get them guys back. And, like the biggest race that I think IKF ever had was, I think, 96 Nationals.
95 at Pat's Acres.
At Pat's Acres, yeah. So, and that was everything combined at one national event. All sprint racers were at one event.
But it wasn't just 4 days, was it? It was
that was damn near a whole week.
Right. And I mean, I guess at that point, 4 days, 7. I mean, at that point you're taking a week anyway because you got the travel back and forth. But so the 2-cycle Grands are going to be at Adams Motorsports Park. That's July 29th through the 1st, and the official day of practice is going to start on the 29th, and then 3 days of racing, the 30th through the 1st. And believe this or not, Hugler, Adams has been in karting. They'll be celebrating their 55th year in karting. So you can go to IKF website to find out more. They've got forms there you can fill out, and the pre-tech and all the pre-registration stuff. That's going to happen there. The 2-cycle speedways are going to be in Newton, Iowa, and that date is going to be announced, as well as the 4-cycle Grands. They're going to be in Newton, Iowa as well, and that date's to be announced too. They just know that they're going to be in Newton, Iowa, which they've been there, quite a bit. Before we run out of here and let Doug get out of here, if you've got any more questions on the Rotax stuff, I mean, please just give it a shout. We're here to answer your questions. Not that we can't later on down the line, but while you're thinking of your questions right now, I'm going to kind of close things out with this last thing. The Southern Oregon Karters had their championship banquet down in Medford, and that track used to be known many years ago. I know when I first got started, I mean, Medford was like the super speedway of go-karts, wasn't it? I mean, it was like a European track compared to what we had here.
Yeah, I mean, compared to going up to Mile High Raceway up there in Westwood.
Or Bothell, I guess. I never saw that track, but
and then heading down to Medford. That was that straightaway seemed like it went on forever.
Yeah, I know, it was crazy, and the lap times were getting near a minute. But they had their championship banquet, and I just wanted to give a shout out to all the racers that won championships. So in Kid Kart, Isabella Jaime, she's 8 years old, and this is her first championship, and I guess she was super excited. Been wearing her coat to school ever since, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So congratulations, Isabella. You did a great job. She had a great run at the Grand Nationals too. She's going to be a little driver. Micromax was won by Ashton Torgerson, and he's going to do some damage as well. He's run very good on the Can-Am stuff in the Micromax division. And here's a kid that I think is a sleeper. He's got to have gotten a look, and somebody is missing the boat. They need to probably get him while they can. Minimax was won by Enrique Jaime, and I'm going to say this kid he's going to be something. I mean, I just know it. He just is a natural, one of those kids that just gets it. You know what I mean? He takes garbage and still finds a way to get it done. So somebody needs to notice him, take a peek at him, because he's going to be quite a driver. Rotex Jr. was won by Justin Kimes. 80 shifter went to Shane Hines. 125 shifter was J.C. Peterson. Tag light went to Neil Cavillo. Tag heavy went to Steve Gable. World Formula Light was Robert Henderson. And World Formula Heavy went to Dennis Lee. So congratulations to all the Southern Oregon Carter Championships. That's their club series. And Chase Hinkins says Garrett Evans has a track at his house. I would believe it. He does have a little one outside the shop there, but very, very cool. So I don't see any more questions on there. Ron Bowles, thanks for tuning in. The Missile is online, checking out your show. Yeah, good stuff. Thanks a lot, Ron. Looking forward to seeing you at the BK. And can you give one last shout and just to everybody? I mean, is there something they should be looking at or looking for or, doing in this whole update process? I mean, is there anything special they should keep an eye on or not keep an eye on or don't worry about or ask questions about or anything? I mean, any advice you can give them on this process?
The only advice I could say right now is get the update kit as soon as you can. Put the order in. Don't wait. Just put the order in for the update kit. Unless you're planning on getting a new motor package, then of course get the new motor package. And I still would get the update kit so you have a good backup. The price of the kit it's under $500, and it's all stuff you can install yourself. You don't need a service center to put that stuff together for you.
So now, and the way we're going is Hugler Racing Engines. I mean, you do everything from quad motors to 4-strokes to Rotexes to old Comets. I mean, right? You do just about everything?
Yeah, I do 2-stroke, 4-stroke, jet skis, snowmobiles, quads, whatever you need done. I really don't like working on lawnmowers, so don't bring me that kind of stuff, but I will if I have to. Right.
Well, and Doug, I wanted to say, people are around the sport a lot, and there's, I mean, there's everybody's got their choices. I know that over just the time, I mean, you just listen to people say. I mean, I just know you've always been a straight shooter with me, and I think you also sell top carts, and so I guess I want to say, I appreciate just the way you always are there for the customer. I mean, they might not always see it, but you're straight with them. I mean, and you've got really no reason to BS them, and you give them the best stuff you got. And I just think, my hat's off to you for always, keeping the customer's best interest in mind and not, always selling them something. Just I mean, it's not always about a buck for you. I mean, I know it is, but it isn't, if you know what I mean.
Well, I thank you, Terry, for that. A lot of guys don't see that.
Yeah, I mean, I do. And top carts are there. So you've got, is there more than one chassis style on that?
Oh, yeah. There's several different chassis styles. We're one of the distributors for Top Kart in the area. Top Kart USA is the race team for the United States. They have a real good website. You can go there and look at a lot of the stuff. We do have brand new Top Karts in stock. And for those of you who did not know, Top Kart just won the Super Nationals in Tag Senior down in Vegas. So they are definitely a good rolling package. So like I say, we do have them in stock, the Twisters. That's the premier tag chassis. They work well with the 4-stroke, the World Formula LO206 as well, Rotax, and any of the